And alma mater hasn't lost a home game in 2 years and 2 weeks. Early on, Mr. Funderburg with a calling card. Calbert Cheney blocked by Lawrence. He had 7 of those today. Gent gets it to Mark Baker. Look at that acceleration from the top of the circle. And then Baker in the open court with the steal. Watch the pass by Chris Gent. And an 8-point Buckeye run. Baker had 22 late in the first half. Alan Henderson rejected by Funderburg. He gives it to Baker. Look at this. Spot up for the J. Indiana down 8, but they're able to come back. They hit their last 7 shots in the first half, including Bailey's desperation 3. Damon hits the 3, IU by 4 at the break. They're up 6 in the second half. When Calbert Cheney hits a 3, he had 28. At the other end, it's J.J. time. Jimmy Jackson baseline on Cheney. He had 16 of his 24. Jackson did in the second half, but the Hoosiers up 6. Cheney blocked by Funderburg. Alan Henderson, though, is there, and he puts it away. Bob Knight said Henderson played his best game of the year. What did it mean to win in Columbus for Bob Knight? Yeah, that's what it meant. 86 to
Winston-Salem. Wake Forest pumped up. Derek McQueen, Derek Hicks, and Wake coach Dave Odoms, reason to be pumped up. Duke goes to a familiar play. Grant Hill, the alley-oop. Marty Clark. Duke by 2 at the break. Second half, Christian Laettner to Thomas Hill. Duke led by 10 with 5:48 to play, but they would score only 1 point from there on out. Wake comes back. McQueen for 3. Good. McQueen strips Grant Hill and then finds Trelawney Owens for the layup. We're tied at 67. Free throw puts Wake up by 1. Thomas Hill, the normally composed Duke team, falling apart as he is called for traveling. Duke down by 2 after another free throw. Grant Hill to Christian Laettner. And Laettner, watch the right foot, steps out of bounds. 2 more Wake free throws, put the game out of reach. Laettner and Duke throw it away. They lose it 72 to 68. Bedlam in Winston-Salem. Duke outscored by Wake 15-1 over the last 5 minutes and 48 seconds.
Incident with chest pains. Byron Houston out for the injured ankle. And Norm Stewart sat down Anthony Peeler, who did not even show at the game, to sit on the bench. He was suspended for missing a class. 14-1 run early. Javon Crudup getting it on. And then the Cowboys charge back. That's Corey Williams with 1, then 2 threes. Then in the transition, Corey Williams hits another. The Cowboys on a 12-2 run to tie the game at 45. And then Mizzou goes to Jamal Coleman. Look at this move. Against the double team, against maybe the triple team. And the foul. And then Coleman able to finish off the break. He had 18 points, 2 of them coming right here. A 19-2 run, making life not too pleasant for Eddie Sutton. Coleman had 7 of 11.
Syracuse off to the quick start. Adrian Autry to Conrad McCray, and yes, send it home, Conrad, for the slam. But the Hoyas answer with who else but Alonzo Mourning. 27 on the afternoon for Alonzo. Offensively, defensively, he controlled the paint. The rejection on McCray. Joey Brown looking to pass to Mourning, realizes the shot clock is about to expire, and wasn't planned, but he'll take it. A career-high 23. Syracuse tries to rally. Autry turns it over to Robert Churchwell, to Brown, who gets hacked in the act, and Syracuse suffers their 4th consecutive losses. Georgetown picks up the victory. Sorry, Jim. Yep, Georgetown won it. It was on fire. He scored 15 of Arizona's first 16. ESPN band right along with Matt. And Luke saying, you can't stop this guy. Offensively, defensively, look at Oftic. Making the steal, Reeves to Mills. The Cats led it by 7. Well, Oftic's still working some magic. This is the horse shot. They dare you to take it. And he does. The kiss off the glass, Matt Oftic. 20 in the second half alone, the Cats season. Early in the first half, Reggie Tinch, the steal to Terrill Green, to Tinch. And then it's Tinch again. Takes the ball away from John Pelfrey to Bernard Davis. Georgia led by as many as 9 in the first half. Kentucky comes back. The former Missouri Tiger, Travis Ford, to Darren Feldhouse, Junior Brady. But Georgia still led by 1 at the break. Rick Pitino is Heisman Trophy pose. But they played some basketball. Mashburn for 3. Good. Kentucky by 1. Dale Brown for 3. Travis Ford for 3. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Kentucky went on a 26-8 run early and then held on to win it. Boy, Rick looked like he'd been through the ringer there. 8 State, ball never touches the floor. But but it does touch net. That is Rodney Dobard from Bob Sura. Seminoles by 3. David Booth for 3. Booth had 4 3-pointers. The Blue Demons a 2-point halftime lead. Second half, 15 minutes left. Booth watches the ball go through the net instead of where he lands. He paid the price. Sprained his ankle. Gone for the day with 18 points. But Stephen Howard, the academic All-American, picking up the slack. Scoring inside. Stephen Howard scoring outside for 3. If you're scoring at home, good. He had 27. Joey Myers.
His wife on hand. Kansas was hot early. Rex Walters to Steve Woodbury. The feed to Eric Pauley, the 6'10 junior. This game was totally Pauley. He had the dunk inside. Now some Kansas defense. Ben Davis rejects Terry Evans. And, you know, defense. Marty Schottenheimer, the Kansas City Chiefs coach, knows D. Billy Tubbs was down 6 at the break. Adonis Jordan. Great pass. Richard Scott for the jam. Kansas starts pulling away. Watch Rex Walters with the steal. He'll go coast to coast. The left-hand layup over Brent Price. Score it with 1. Next one wasn't so easy. Watch Adonis Jordan. Our ESPN cameraman takes the charge. Nice play there. Again, Kansas responds. Pauley one more time with the jam. Tell you a story about Pauley in a second. First, Alonzo Jameson with the exclamation point on a Kansas win as the Jayhawks pull away in the sweater. Has won 6 in a row. Tight game late. Malik Sealy spotting up from 20, knocking down 3. The Redmen up 1. Malik at 21. PC down 2. Time running down. Corey Floyd going to try and miss. Rebound out to Trent Forbes, using some window, and the kiss sends us to OT. Rick Barnes liked what he saw. To the extra session where Providence has struggled in the OT. The touchdown. Chunky Sproling to Malik. The dunk. Redmond up 5. But the Friars back in it. Within 2, and they took 3s to win at the horn. Floyd missed. Forbes a shot. 2 ties, but a 3 wins. Short. And Providence came up short. Louis and the Redmen hit the free throws at the end and escaped to win by 4. 72-68.
They tried to be. Derek Sharp gets hammered for three-point land, but counted. He's fouled. He had 3 threes in the first half. Speaking of getting hammered, check out David Williams, number 3 in yellow. Williams' neck was bent forward. Went to the bench for a little ice, but he'd come back and play. Pointer Williams gets the posse going. Matt Green, the dunk. Posse loving it, both on the floor and in the stands. Tulane on a 20-4 run, but down by 4 at the half. Game was decided in the last seconds. Tied at 76. You see the time remaining. Redenko Dobras misses, but check out the tap, and that's Bobby Russell. Hits the 3 with 10 seconds left. That's sharp, but Russell hit the shot. South Florida holds on to win it, handing Tulane its first home loss of the season. They're now 11-1. Lucius Davis singing the national anthem at the Thunderdome senior night, and he takes over on the floor as well. Gets blocked, fights for the ball, gets the layup with a half winding down. Ray Kelly inside, finds Davis. 17 first half points, 29 on the game. USB by 1 at the half. Second half we go, William Benjamin, the steal. He'll find Sam Crawford. Crawford will find Benjamin. Score tied at 45 early in the second half, but USB holds on. Jones ahead to Davis, all alone for the slam, the 29 points, and he is mobbed. You see the final score, 16.
Data should say. The Lion in action, the Monarchs inside. Ricardo Leonard, who would get in foul trouble later. Ricardo Leonard hits the goal. Bruce Parkhill peeved with the Penn State play, but Penn State comes back. Monroe Money Brown to Brian Anderson. Penn State by 9 in the second half. Oliver Purnell, the Monarchs coach, is unhappy. Freddie Barnes weaves it right in. The nice layup. Lions go on to win. Coach Purnell did not like it. 71-51. To watch his former team, Tennessee, take on NC Charlotte. Jay Pierce to Lang Weisman for the jumper. Tennessee by 1 at the break. Here comes Henry Williams. 9 of 16 from the field. Stirs the crowd. Where are you? Where are you, 8,000? There's the crowd. Getting back in it with Charlotte. Then Williams again. The drive and the hook over the defense. He had 30 points, 10 boards, and Allen Houston was cold. Just 6 of 19.
That's strong in the Carrier Dome. Howard Isley with the strip, then feeds Gerard Abram for the layup. Eagles up by 11 at the half and stunning the Orange. Then great defense. Adrian Autry with the steal. They get it inside. And finally, Mike Hopkins gets it to fall through. On the run, Syracuse now using its own defensive pressure. Conrad McCray with the steal to Michael Edwards to Johnson for the dunk. And then the Orange take the lead down the stretch, and then Hopkins goes outside, nails the three-pointer, had his best game of the season with 16. Lawrence television. How about Air Burrell? He has been skying. Check this out in December against Wake Forest over his man. Then Burrell going over Ahmad Sharif tonight as UConn was soaring. Time running out in the first half, though. Sean Miller grabs the loose ball. The long pass ahead to Orlando Antigua. Pitt is up 2 going to the break. Second half, it's more Burrell. He just tripped Sharif, who is still on his way to the hole. Burrell's on the other end. He had 21 for the night, tied it at 70. Then Miller, check out the dish. He had 11 assists in the night. Darren Morningstar had 2 of his 19 there. Then Miller looking around, gets out of a jam, and another pass inside. Chris McNeil lays it home. Yeah, Jim Calhoun not liking what he saw. The Huskies blowing. The Irish were coming off the steal. Damon Sweet easily. He had a dozen. The one-handed slam. They were in control, but the Flyers answered. Chip Hare looking to work himself free. The one-on-one. He's playing this game by himself. He had 8 points. That was a hard-earned effort. It's tied at 58 with 27 seconds left. Elmer Bennett has the ball for the Irish, but he's in the clamp. Stolen by Alex Robertson, who tied a school record with 9 steals and hits Derek Dukes. They take the lead 60-58, their first lead of the game. Then on the free throw, it misses. The Irish with a chance to tie, but it's picked off. John Richter with the steal. The clock runs out. 25 turnovers for the Irish, and it turns into bedlam at Dayton, spoiling an effort of 20. What a night for the Tigers. Right to him, Maurice Williamson figures out that pass wasn't meant for him, but he'll take it. Clarence Caesar with the lay-in and the foul. LSU was leading 24-5. So the Shack decided to enjoy himself. Dominating the boards. In fact, he turned this game quickly into a sleeper. But the Shack decided to try some new things, like point guard. Jamie Brandon with a no-looker from the Shack. Ed Murphy doesn't want to look at what happened to his team. Get Charles Outlaw psyched up for this game. It would be a tough one with the Red Raiders. Texas Tech controlling in the first half once they found the ball. Lance Hughes picking it up and putting it home. He had 26. Red Raiders shocking the Cougars by a dozen at the half, but Coach James Dickey knew that it wasn't going to be that easy. They couldn't stop Sam Mack, who dominated the baseline. He had 27 of his 30 in the second half. They cut it to 4, then the Red Raiders by 3 with time running out when Mack for 3 ties it. It's going to overtime, tied at 73. More Mack. Look at him making the move down the lane and got the roll. Houston suddenly led by 5. It's down to a 3-point game and time to go to double OT, but Brad Dale couldn't get it to fall. A big